Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back. It's Travis here with JT Wealth. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 3 small cap stocks that you can invest in for July. So let's get right into it. Like I said, welcome back everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully you find something of value in today's video. And if you do, please don't forget, give us a huge thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel as well. So we're going to look at the top 3 small cap stocks you can invest in for July based on some specific metrics. And those stocks are the top for value, growth, and momentum respectively in the tech arena. So before we get into exactly which 3 stocks we're talking about today and where I sourced this information and these metrics, I wanted to remind you guys that if you're considering a new brokerage account, check out the links in the description section down below. You can either get free money or a free stock just by joining one of the alternate options you've got down there like Robinhood, Webull, M1 Finance, etc. And they're all great options depending on what your intent is in your investing journey. Of course, you can join BlockFi as well if you're more of a crypto-based investor. And if you're looking for more specific question and answer type material from the channel, consider checking out the Discord and Patreon group section down below as well, where you can join and then get all the answers to all the questions you're looking for from our Discord chat group. So that's a fantastic option available to you guys as well, so consider checking that out. And now let's cover exactly what a small cap stock is right off the Investopedia website. So small cap stocks are public companies that have market capitalizations ranging from 300 million to 2 billion. Since the share prices of these companies can be very volatile, some companies in the small cap universe or in small cap indexes can have market caps significantly higher than this range at any particular time. Some of the stocks classified as small caps are movie theater chain AMC Entertainment, printing imagery company Eastman Kodak Company, and retail drugstore Rite Aid. So small cap stocks, as represented by the Russell 2000 index, have significantly outperformed the broader market, providing investors with a total return of 61.8% compared to the Russell 1000's total return of 39.9% over just the past 12 months. These market performance numbers and the statistics in the tables below are as of June 23rd, 2021. And this is when we start to get into these specific stocks. And as I mentioned earlier, when we look at these top 3 small cap stocks, we are going to be kind of grading them based on the number 1 for all of the following 3, and that is the fastest growth, the most momentum, and the most value. Now for the record, the ones we're looking at do tend to have market caps above that $2 billion threshold, which seems to happen when you get into periods of high volatility, especially for momentum stocks like AMC. So let's start with the top stock for best value in the small cap sector, how they decided this, where I got this information, and exactly which stock we're talking about. So this came from an Investopedia article, and it's talking about the best value small cap stocks. So how they got this information. So these are small cap stocks with the lowest 12-month trailing price to earnings ratio, or PE ratio. And because profits can be returned to shareholders in the form of dividends and buybacks, a low PE ratio shows you're paying less for each dollar of profit generated. So our number 1 best value small cap stock for July based on the best PE ratio is Dynex Capital, ticker symbol DX, priced at $19.27, and it has a 12-month trailing PE ratio of 1.2. Now, Dynex Capital is a real estate investment trust, or a REIT, that invests in mortgage loans and securities on a leveraged basis. It has investments in both residential and commercial securitized mortgage loans. And looking at another source outside of Investopedia just to confirm that DX has some potential to grow in the future, I went over to the TipRanks chart and got a more broader consensus from market analysts, and Dynex Capital has an average 12-month price target of $21.25, which is an increase of 11.26% in the next 12 months. That gives it a moderate buy rating with the 2 analyst ratings. So with a really good PE ratio, you know you're not paying too much money for DX stock. And with a 12-month price target above the S&P 500's average return, you know you're also in the running to make some pretty good returns on the stock as well. So that's the number 1 stock we're looking at today. Let's take a look at the number 2. And now we're on to the fastest growing small cap stocks. So the number 2 stock is the fastest growing small cap, right? And these are the top small cap stocks as ranked by a growth model that scores companies based on a 50-50 weighting of their most recent quarterly year-over-year percentage revenue growth and their most recent quarterly year-over-year earnings per share growth. So both sales and earnings are critical factors in the success of a company. Therefore, ranking companies by only one growth metric makes a ranking susceptible to the accounting anomalies of that quarter, such as changes in tax law or restructuring costs that may make one or the other figure unrepresentative of the business in general. So companies with quarterly EPS or revenue growth of over 2,500% were excluded as outliers in this example. But the number 1 fastest growing small cap stock based on these specific metrics is BRP Group Inc., ticker symbol BRP, priced at $27.21 with an EPS growth percentage of 357.1% and a revenue growth of 182.2%. BRP Group is an insurance distribution holding company, and it provides a range of insurance and risk management solutions for both individuals and businesses. The company recently announced that 2 of its subsidiaries have agreed to acquire Rogers Gray Inc., Breakwater Brokerage LLC, and Monomai Insurance Group LLC, which are collectively known as Rogers Gray. So Rogers Gray provides commercial lines, personal lines, and employee benefits insurance services. And financial terms of the transaction, which are expected to close July 1st, 2021, have not yet been disclosed. Again, always looking for a second opinion on a specific stock, I went over to TipRanks, typed in BRP for the ticker symbol for BRP Group. They're trading at $26.41 today, but look at that 12-month price target, $35. That's a 32.53% increase in the next 12 months alone. So obviously we've got a moderate buy rating with our 2 analysts, but this stock definitely has some potential, not just for July, but in the next 12 months. So moving on to the 3rd stock today, this is the number 1 stock in the small cap arena based on momentum. So let's talk about this one. So small cap stocks with the most momentum, these are the small cap stocks that had the highest total return over the last 12 months. Now this should come as no real surprise to anybody. Number 1 on this list is GameStop, ticker symbol GME, with a price about $219.34 when the article was written. It has a 12-month trailing total return of 4,440%. And yes, in the last example, they did pull out stocks over 2,000% as outliers. But when you're looking for a momentum-based stock, you can't really do that, right? So GameStop had to take the win, even though it's over 4,000%, because that's exactly what they're targeting here, is those momentum-based, high-pushing, high-yielding stocks. For anybody who doesn't know, GameStop operates a chain of video games and entertainment software stores that sell video game hardware, software, and accessories globally. They're included in the Russell 2000 Small Cap Index, even though its current market cap is well above the upper limit to be considered a small market cap stock. Now, the stock has soared to a level far above its long-term average this year, gaining momentum on the back of what has been called a meme stock buying frenzy. And when the Russell indexes are reconstituted after the market closes June 25th of this year, GameStop is likely to be added to the Russell 1000, a mid and large cap index. So GameStop recently announced the appointment of 2 former Amazon executives to top positions. That's Matt Furlong as the Chief Executive Officer and Mike Rucaparo as CFO. Both of them held senior roles at Amazon overseeing their growth initiatives. So GameStop is hoping to bring that and leverage it into their own personal growth. Now, going back to TipRanks, this is one that shouldn't really surprise you. GME or GameStop, it's trading at $209.51 when I pulled down this image, but it has a moderate sell rating, okay? So when we're looking at momentum stocks, obviously you're taking a look at something who has shot up significantly in the past. That's not to say it will have the same momentum in the future. So this has an analyst 12-month price target of $73.75, which is down almost 65% from the current price. But this is a very analyst fundamentally based price target and doesn't take into account the Reddit, the Wall Street Bets, the meme stock nation that has managed to push this and other stocks up to significant levels. All right, guys, so that's it for the small cap stocks. DX, BRP, and GME respectively for those three categories as presented to you by the Investopedia pages and the analysts that put together those metrics and that information. So I wanted to bring that to you guys so you can utilize that if you so choose going into July to make your investment decisions. As always, this is only for information and entertainment purposes only. I'm not recommending you buy these stocks. I'm only presenting the information to you so that you can make an informed decision on your own behalf. Never take stock advice from somebody on YouTube. That's just silly. This is for information and entertainment purposes only. Thank you so much for joining me for tonight's video. Hopefully you found some value in it. You've had a fantastic weekend and everybody's ready to re-attack the market tomorrow morning when the market bell opens. So thanks again for joining me. Hopefully you liked the video. Give us a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel as well. Until next time, bottoms up.